Alright, welcome to the second part of 4.4 trig functions of any angle. So we're continuing the same standard, and our essential question is how can we use reference angles? So this section we're going to talk about reference angles. So the definition of a reference angle. Let theta be a non-acute angle in standard position that lies in a quadrant. Its reference angle is the positive acute angle formed by the terminal side of theta in the x-axis. So, in the bottom tells you each of the ways that you would find this. So, if theta is between 90 and 180 degrees, then you find your reference angle by doing 180 minus theta. If your angle is between 180 and 270, you find your reference angle by doing theta minus 180. And then if your reference angle is 270, in between 270 and 360, you would find your reference angle by doing 360 minus theta. There are instances where you would have a number less than or greater than these, and we'll talk about those when we get to it. So let's do a couple examples. So we have theta equals 210. In this case, it's between 180 and 270, so the formula we use is already going to be set up. So if we have 210 minus 180, that's going to give us 30. So our reference angle is 30 degrees. So in this case, you have 7 pi over r. Remember, 2 pi is your 360. So we have 2 pi minus 7 pi over 4. So we'll just convert this. So you have 8 pi over 4 minus 7 pi over 4. So it's going to give you pi over 4. So here we have a negative. We didn't talk about the negative before. You want to find your coterminal side to this. So that means we have 360 minus 240, which gives us 120. So now we have the coterminal, now we can find our reference angle. So in order to do that, you have to do 180 minus your theta. So 180 minus 120, which is 60. So when you have a you want to find the coterminal, and then you find your reference angle. So here we have a decimal. When you have the decimal, you want to think pi is really 3.14. So we have 3.6 minus 3.14, which should give you 0.46. So you can find reference angles for angles greater than 360 or less than negative 360. So in order to find a positive angle less than 360, or 2 pi, that is coterminal with the given. So you want to find your positive angle less than 360 or 2 pi that's coterminal. So again, find your coterminal. Draw your new angle in standard position, and then you can find your reference angle. So we're going to do a couple examples of this as well. So you have theta 665. So in order to find our reference angle, or our coterminal, you want to subtract 360, which will give you 305. Now you find your reference angle, and you would do that by doing your reference angle equals 360 minus theta. So you have 360 minus 305, which would give you 55. So you have 15 pi over 4, so you're going to subtract 2 pi. So you have 7 pi over 4. So now you're going to find your reference angle. If you remember, we did this one 2 slides ago. So you have 8 pi over 4, because that's 2 pi, minus 7 pi over 4, which is pi over 4. We did this one a couple slides ago too, so you can always look back at that as well. Alright, so we are going to start with In this case, since it's over 3, you have to convert 2 pi into that. So you're going to have minus 5 pi over 3. So now you have to do your 6 pi over 3 minus 5 pi over 3 again, which just gives you pi over 3. So you can use a reference angle to evaluate a trig function. The values of trig functions are given angle theta are the same values of trig functions of their reference angle. So if you were to put in sine theta, it's the same as sine of its reference angle, except for the sine. So it might be a negative of the other. So a function value of an acute reference angle is always positive. However, the same function value for theta may be positive or negative. So let's look at a couple examples. There are a couple steps. Step 1 is find the associated reference angle. So first thing you want to do is find the reference angle and the function value for your reference angle. Use the quadrant in which theta lies to prefix the appropriate sign for for 1. So you're going to find the reference angle and find that, and then figure out which one it needs to, which quadrant it is in, and then change your sign if need be. So looking at this example, find the reference angle for sine and sine. So it tells us sine 300 at the top. So you have 360 minus 300 equals 60. So step 2 is you want to take sine of 300. That's going to be in quadrant 4. So it's going to equal negative sine of 60. You know sine of 60 by looking at your chart. So it's going to be negative square root 3 over 2. Since sine 300 is in quadrant 4, that means you have to take the negative of sine 60. So in this one we have tangent 5 pi over 4. So if we are to take the reference angle of that, we're going to take 5 pi over 4 minus 4 pi over 4. So in step 2, use the quadrant theta lies in, and then change your sign. So tangent 5 pi over 4. This is in quadrant 3, which means it's positive. So it's just 1. Because you have tangent pi over 4, which is 1. So let's do one more example. Try this one on your own. Pause your video. And then check it when you come back. Alright, so you should have had 2 square root 3 over 3 as your answer. Make sure you complete the questions below and complete your homework, and I will see you in live class. Have a good day.